فَيَقُولُونَ مَاذَا أَرَادَ اللَّهُ بِهَذَا مَثَلًا يُضِلُّ بِهِ كَثِيرًا. Allah says, يُضِلُّ بِهِ. يُضِلُّ, ضاد, lam, lam. Idlal is to send someone astray, to let them go astray. Allah lets go astray by it. By what? By such examples. Who? Kathira, many people. Same example, same thing that is mentioned in the Quran. Some people, when they hear it, what happens to them? They are further in their misguidance. They go farther away from the Quran. They say, yeah, I read the Quran, but it doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, I read it, but you know what? This was written in the Quran. يُضِلُّ بِهِ كَثِيرًا. The more they read the Quran, the more misguided they get. Why? Problem in the heart. But at the same time, وَيَهْدِي بِهِ كَثِيرًا. And there are many whom Allah guides by this Quran. Some people increase in their misguidance. Other people increase in their guidance. وَيَهْدِي بِهِ كَثِيرًا. But who is it that is misguided by the Quran? Allah says, وَمَا يُضِلُّ بِهِ. And He does not send astray by it إِلَّا الْفَاسِقِينَ, except for those people who cross limits. Those people who are wrong in the first place. Fasiq is one who does fisq. Fa, sin, qaf. And fisq is to cross the boundaries, to cross the limits. Basically, the word is derived from when a date becomes so ripe that the pulp, it comes out of the skin. You may have seen that sometimes dates are so ripe that the skin kind of dries up and shrivels up, and what is inside is actually visible on the surface. This is what fisq is. فَسَقَتْ تَمْرَةُ. Fasiq is one who crosses the limits of obedience, meaning he is disobedient. There are two types of fisq. One is major fisq and the other is minor fisq. Major fisq is that a person crosses the boundaries of Islam, meaning he becomes a disbeliever. He's not a believer. Minor fisq is that a person is a believer but he crosses the limits of obedience, so he commits disobedience sometimes. Over here, in this context, fasiqeen is referring to major fisq, which is kufr. Because what does Allah say? وَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. It's those who disbelieve, who object at the Quran, and they're further misguided. And who are such people? وَمَا يُضِلُّ بِهِ إِلَّا الْفَاسِقِينَ. They cross limits. What do we see in this ayah? We learn that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He presents many, many examples in the Quran. And as we will study the Quran, we will learn about many examples. Over here the mosquito is mentioned. In the future we will learn about the fly. We will learn about a person who is blind and deaf and dumb. A person who is completely dependent on his people. Another person who is completely independent. We will learn about water and the clouds and the rain and the birds and the bee and the spider. Different types of examples, different things are mentioned in the Quran. Now some people, when they read the Quran, they say, if this is supposed to be a divine book, why are such insignificant things mentioned? Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He mentions something, there's a reason why He mentions it. If that reason, if that purpose is fulfilled, then it's successful. Isn't it so? The purpose is ibrah, lesson. If the lesson can be understood, the goal has been achieved. But there are some people who benefit from these examples, and other people, they don't gain benefits from such examples. What are the lessons that we learn in this ayah? The first lesson that we learn is that Allah does not feel shy of speaking the truth. Should we feel shy of speaking the truth? No. Allah does not feel shy, which means He's confident. We should not feel shy, and we should also be confident about our deen. Sometimes we want to share something with the people, but we don't want to say that, oh, it's in Islam, or it's in the Quran, it's in the Hadith, what will people think of me? Don't feel shy. Be confident. Allah is not afraid of the truth. We should not be afraid of the truth either.
إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَسْتَحْيِي أَن يَضْرِبَ مَثَلًا مَا بَعُوضَةً فَمَا فَوْقَهَا فَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا فَيَعْلَمُونَ أَنَّهُ الْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّهِمْ وَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا فَيَقُولُونَ مَاذَا أَرَادَ اللَّهُ بِهَذَا مَثَلًا يُضِلُّ بِهِ كَثِيرًا وَيَهْدِي بِهِ كَثِيرًا وَمَا يُضِلُّ بِهِ إِلَّا الْفَاسِقِينَ.